I want to go back to Entourage, but we can't go much further without talking about our common friend who passed away, right? So we, guys, I'll tell you a great story here. That when I started Stratton, right, and I think you know this story. So when I bought Stratton from someone else, and when I went into this company, Stratton, I was like a franchise. There was only one other franchise. And the other franchise was owned by this guy named Barry Gesser, right? I didn't know Barry. So, I meet Barry. This is right before I invented the system, the straight line system, before I cracked the code of how to train salesmen. So Barry and I were like running parallel. We each had 8 salesmen. Then one day I basically invent this new way of training salespeople, and Barry comes back like a week later, and my firm's like exploding. I'm making millions, and Barry's like, "Holy fucking shit!" And he like, "Here's the keys." He goes, "Here, here." And I gave like 300, and we just became really great friends. And Barry's a fucking wild man, one of the smartest people, and one of the craziest bastards I ever met in my life. A brilliant guy, right? And then basically, when I got out of jail, Barry lent me. He fucking gave me like $600,000. Yeah. He's that kind of guy. He goes, just, dude, here, start again. And I paid him back, of course, right? But he was that sort of guy, right?
Well, Barry, the stories with Barry, I'll get back to how he relates to a couple of things I did, but you were just mentioning lending money. I called Barry when I separated from my wife, and I said, I didn't even know anything. Like, I was with her for a long time. She handled all my money. I was like, Barry, I'm in trouble. I need some money. Like, I don't know what I do now. I'm like, on my own. He's like, what do you need? I'm like, I don't know, 2 or 3. He's like, come over. And I'm like, safe, right? He opens his safe. He starts giving me $200,000. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, you said you needed 2 or 3. I was like, I need $2,000-$3,000. I got credit cards. I'm not like destitute. But Barry was the only thing I said in the room for the Entourage pitch, because Ari really did sell most of it. But I sold it on a story of Barry, which was when he was living at Trump Tower in 1988 and making all this money. And his upstairs neighbor called him up and said, Barry, you got to start investing your money in something. And he's like, what do I invest in? He's like, how about art? He's like, I don't know anything about it. And he said, come up to my, my apartment. So he comes, do you know this? Goes up to his apartment. A Colombian billionaire lives in the upstairs apartment. Right. Shows him all this work. He says, what do you like? And Barry looks at this Chagall painting. He's like, I like that one. He's like, I think it was $600,000 in like 88.
Right.
Barry's like, all right, I'll take it. Goes down to his safe just like this, gets $600,000 out, takes it, takes the thing off the wall himself, brings it downstairs and hangs it on the wall himself. And then he brings over a bunch of us, which really was like Wolf, was like a bunch of Long Island Goombas who whatever. And I think he had
who the fuck is Chagall?
As I remember, he had like a Lawrence Taylor jersey hanging on the wall, and he had one of the first big TV screens, which are like 500 pounds. And we're all sitting there, and Barry is just waiting for someone to notice his Chagall painting on the wall. And these guys wouldn't know it from a whole fucking hole in the wall. So he's like, guys, you see my painting? And everyone's like, yeah, that looks great. He's like, what do you think I paid for that? And everyone's like, yeah. No, seriously, everyone's like, I don't know. What'd you pay for it? Everyone was more interested in the Lawrence Taylor jersey. And it kept going till he's like, guess. And everyone's like, $5,000, $10,000. He's like, this is one of one. This is the only painting on the entire planet. So it finally came back to someone goes, if you paid $1 over $20,000, you're a fucking moron. So he calls the guy back up. He's like, listen, I can't live with this. I don't know art. I don't want it. And the guy's like, bring it back. Takes it off the wall, brings it back, gives him his money back. Now the crazy thing,
what's it worth now?
30 or 40 million bucks.
Right. I got another Barry story. Just so Barry's like 110 pounds dripping wet. Yeah. But he literally started a fight with a fucking 300-pound fucking karate expert and almost wins. He's that fucking crazy, right?
He threatened to kill my trainer because he was too sore after a workout. And my trainer is a tough guy. But he called me up. He's like, this guy is crazy. He's threatening to kill me. He's like this. I'm like,
but Barry goes out and he buys a Richard Mille watch for it's almost an identical story.
Yeah.
For like $400,000, right? And I think I saw him the day he bought the watch. He goes, check this fucking watch out. It's Richard Mille. And I'm like, oh, it's really nice, Barry. And I'm like, wow. He goes, yeah, check. I look at him like, beautiful. He goes, yeah, it's 400 fucking grand, right? About 5 days later, I come back and I say, hey, where's the watch? I wore that fucking watch out. Not one person stopped me and said, that's the nice fucking watch. I brought the fuck you for selling me this watch. How could you sell me a freaking watch? No one even noticed.
He's so funny. Honestly, the day he died, I had at least, because everybody loved Barry, as crazy as he was. Even the people that he
had to love him.
Even the people he threatened. So they were all with me. The day he died, I had a designer I introduced him to for his house who he threatened to kill, who they all ended up loving him because he was that kind of, but the most loyal, generous friend.
If you were in a bind, this is the guy that you would call and wouldn't ask a freaking questions. He died. What happened? You don't know. one day he just dropped dead in his early 50s, right? Aneurysm, who knows whatever it was, one of those freak
and
things.
when I was growing up, his father died when we were very young. His father was the first person I ever knew that died. I was like a little kid, and his father died, I think, at 38 maybe. So, he may have had some heart condition or something, but...
Barry was one of these people, guys. You had this guy it's almost hard to explain this person existed. Like he was a short seller for a living. That means he'd bet on stocks going down. He's the ultimate naysayer and doubting Thomas. Like his life was based on uncovering fraud on balance sheets, and he would get so fucking emotional about with the Chinese company. He would get in these long, protracted wars with companies and stuff.
Yeah, no, you didn't want to have a grudge with him because he would never stop. He was like the Terminator. He would keep going and going and going, and